Hello world, welcome to my first video. I'm QuickGG and I'm here today to answer the lifelong question that it seems only I've been asking. Can you beat Pokemon FireRed with only a JigglyPuff? 3 rules for this are only battle with JigglyPuff, no items in battle or to hold, and no save states in battle. So if I lose a battle with someone, I'm going to start over from the beginning, not mid-fight. Now I'm going to give my rival the name of Chilln, because I wanted to give a quick shout out to Chilln Play, another YouTuber who kind of motivated me, really pushed me to get this video going because I asked him to make it and he told me to do it myself. Shout out to you. Now, to get started, I went ahead and grabbed my JigglyPuff from Professor Oak. It's pretty easy to get her into the game when you have emulators. If you guys don't know how to do that, there's plenty of YouTube videos to figure it out. Now on the spot, I thought of a nice creative nickname of Jiggy Widget, so that's what we're going to call you this run. Okay, so first fight I have here with my rival before I can even walk out of the office is awful. I lost terribly because all I can do is defensive curl and sing. Yeah, how disappointing, Oak, I know. But don't worry guys, that's not the end of the run there. What I had to do is go to the forest, find me Metapods and Kakunas so I could use my abilities against them all the way until I've run out of power points. When that happens, you do this thing called struggle, and you hurt yourself in the process, but you also finally cause damage to the opponent. So with that ability unlocked, I actually left the forest because I didn't want to struggle against Kakunas or Metapods because they'd make me faint. So I went back down to the beginning of the game, found me some Pidgeys, found me some Ratatats, and struggled away all the way up to level 9. Luckily, on this last Pidgey, I almost fainted, but I made it with that little sliver of 1 HP, and finally got my level 9. Goodbye, Wild Pidgey. Hello, Pound Town. That's right, Jiggy Widget finally went to Pound Town. And with that, I went back up through the forest, fought every trainer I could find, just smashed these levels through. I honestly was very far ahead at this point because I've basically started the game with 4 extra levels from where you normally would start. Since I had to learn my first attack move, I was kind of strong and just pounded through all these Pokemon and all these trainers without any issue at all. I maybe used 1 potion between the fights because I didn't want to go back to the Poké Center. Now, welcome to Pewter City. With this city, I'm gonna finally get my Boulder badge. I thought it would be kind of easy, but that was very far from the truth. It turned out, like this little guy said, I was 10,000 light years from facing Brock. The biggest problem with this fight was the Geodude. I had to keep putting him to sleep and keep defensive curling on him, and barely even do any damage with my pound. Luckily, he was infatuated by me and just couldn't resist falling in love with my Jiggy Widget. So he hit me for about 3 or 4 at a time with my defensive curls, and I hit him for 3 or 4 at a time with my pounds, but they were neither that effective. Luckily, like I said, he just couldn't resist me, and I hit him enough times to knock him out and learn Disable, which was a pretty useless move for my run. Now, next with the opponent's Sandshrew, it was a lot easier. He also couldn't help but fall in love with my precious Jiggy Widget, and I took him to Pound Town real quick. To hit him with a Boop Bop Whoop Wop, it only took a few punches, way less than it did for the Geodude, and I finished Camper Liam. Now, next up was Brock, and it was nowhere near easy. In fact, I'm going to show you it was near impossible. Now, Brock only has a Geodude and an Onix in his Pokemon pool, but that was actually too much for Jigglypuff, it turns out, at least at level 14. I'm going to show you guys what happened. I defeated Geodude really quick, but with Onix, I didn't realize that these rocks were too defensive against my abilities. I only had 3 pounds left by the time Onix was only not even half health. So I learned, hey, I run out of pounds, I can't critically strike him every time, and I whited out. Now that I realized I actually am light years away from fighting Brock, I decided to go back a little bit and try to find more Pokemon to fight. I totally forgot that I skipped over my rival on the path to the Elite Four and gave him the quick Whoop Wop. He didn't see it coming because last time I couldn't even fight him, so took out his Pidgey with just a few pounds and leveled up to level 19. On level 19, I was able to learn Roll Out and got rid of Disable. Now, against this Charmander, it only took a few pounds to get rid of this guy, but I was very happy after this fight because I thought, hey, I've got a new power. I might just be able to defeat Gym Leader Brock with this new ability. Let's see how it goes. It honestly was doing amazing. If you don't know how rollout works, it's an ability that starts off weak, but every time you use it, it gets stronger. It's not 100% accurate, but it was way stronger than my pound move against these guys. And due to it doing so much damage by the 3rd, 4th, and 5th strike, I was able to defeat Gym Leader Brock with little effort. So after that, I went through Mount Moon with a vengeance. Since I was so over-leveled by this point, I was honestly just one-hitting everyone. If not, I was roll-outing and 2 or 3 hitting all of the Pokemon that I saw. It's not even worth really showing much of these fights, but yeah, it was a very easy walkthrough. I learned Double Slap naturally while there, but I traded that in for Mega Punch soon after I got out of there. Now, I am sorry, guys. I know everyone wants to see the rival fights, but my file corrupted for the bridge, on Nugget Bridge for the rival fight, and I can't show it. I do apologize, but trust me, it was just as easy as this fight. It only did take me 2 tries to defeat Misty, pretty easily actually. Her Starmie was faster than my Jigglypuff, so the first time I couldn't put her to sleep and she got me, but the second time, after she was put to sleep, it was an easy 1-2 switcheroo, bing bang bada boom type situation, if you know what I mean. After that fight, I picked up Water Pulse to get a nice water type move into my moveset and went on the cruise ship to fight my rival Chilln. This was another easy fight, as always it seems like right now. He was very under level compared to me, and I was able to roll out most of his Pokemon. At 34, I didn't show it, but I actually did replace my Mega Punch with Body Slam that was naturally learned by Jigglypuff, which is another very useful move, more accurate than Mega Punch and just about as strong, if not a little bit stronger. As you can see, Water Pulse is Charmeleon at the end of it, and another quick, easy fight, and a little more back talk from him. You know how Chilln gets, he can't control his anger, but yeah, that was another easy fight. Afterwards, I went ahead up to the top of the ship, found the seasick old man, gave him the back rub of his life, and instead of paying me $200, he actually just gave me a nice cut HM, which was, you know, I guess I need that, but money would have been nice. Right after that, I went ahead to the Vermilion Gym and got into the fight with Lieutenant Surge. This is another easy gym fight, not gonna lie to you guys. I was paralyzed right away, but I was still able to roll out on all of his Pokemon. Voltorb fainted really quick, Pikachu got a nice blunt end of the rollout. Sorry Pikachu, you're cute and all, but gotta put you down. And Raichu, honestly I thought he'd be a little tougher, but another rollout, another defeat against the gym leader. He called me the real deal and gave me a Thunder Badge. After that, I learned Hyper Voice and replaced Sing with it because I didn't want to have that as my only normal move in case I had to fight someone who was immune to sound moves. So as you can see through here, I was level 44 against level like 15 Zubats in Rock Tunnel. It was easy breezy lemon squeezy for me. And afterwards, I went straight to my rival so I could give him another one and done fight. It's getting pretty easy at this point, guys. I am extremely over leveled because I kind of had to be on my first fight, and it's honestly been carrying over a lot through most of these fights. I roll out on most of his Pokemon. I was able to roll out on the Gyarados, the Pidgeotto, the Execute, and the Kadabra. For some reason, my files were kind of iffy on this video, and I didn't get the Kadabra part, but I promise you, this was another easy fight. Now, instead of going straight to Silphco to fight Giovanni, the leader of the Rockets, I actually went to the Celadon gym and fought Erica first. I thought I'd be able to take her on without a problem since I was taking on everyone else without issues, but I was kind of wrong. Victory Bell paralyzed me right away and kept Giga draining me, but after a few rollouts I was able to defeat him, and against Tangela, I actually hyper-voiced her and dominated her too. Now, against the Vileplume, I was so low and paralyzed that he was able to defeat me in just a couple hits and a max potion. So instead of trying that again, I went to the game corner so I could go ahead and fight Giovanni, get a few more levels up as well. Now, Giovanni was pretty easy, like most of other people. I was able to water pulse his Onix and his Rhyhorn for the easy 1-2 whoop whop. But against the Kangaskhan, Water Pulse isn't as super effective, so I Hyper Voiced, Water Pulsed, and hit him one more time with the Hyper Voice. He made him faint and beat Boss Giovanni. He was very shocked and surprised, but I really wasn't. Now with that, I obtained a Sylph Scope and went back to Erica to give that another shot because I'm not going to backtrack here and fight her again after I go to the tower. She says she's not going to lose, but let's see what happens. Victory Bell, boom. Tangela, boom. And last but not least, Vileplume, boom. Easy. Oh, never mind, not a one hit. So it did take a few hits actually to get Vileplume down, as I was paralyzed and she was Giga Draining me most of the time. But I almost one-hit her, so after I was finally able to hit her again after the paralyzed kind of just got missed, I got her down, got level 55, beat leader Erica, and got my Rainbow Pride badge. Thanks, Erica. Now, with the Rainbow badge on my chest and the Sylph Scope in my pocket, I went ahead and saved Mr. Fuji, who gave me a Poke Flute. Before I moved Snorlax out the way, I trained up at these guys in this little gym so I could get some levels because I knew these next gyms weren't going to be the easiest, and I'll need as many levels as I can get for the Elite Four. With the Poke Flute, I went ahead and woke up Snorlax. In a grumpy rage, he attacked me, but it wasn't a problem. I made my way down to the next city, fought a bunch of bicyclists so I could get to Koga and get that Soul Badge. I should have gone to Mr. Psychic first, probably, to get that TM, but I kind of screwed up and just went for it with this guy. Luckily, on my second try, his coughing didn't poison me, his muck didn't poison me at all, and the second coughing also missed his poisons. So, I was looking pretty well for wheezing, actually. He only sludged me a couple times, but luckily I was able to tank those out and knock him right out of the fight without him even healing at all. With that Soul Badge on my belt, I made my way to Silphco, and picked up a lot of the items to make some money that I'll need for later whenever I pick up the Thunderbolt and Ice Beam attack that I'll use in the Elite Four. While here, I meet my rival once again, Chilln. He's just always around for some reason. I take out his Pidgeot with, you know what, a Rollout. Keep going with Rollout, take out Gyarados as well. Easy peasy fights, as always with his first two Pokemon. Now that Charizard is out, I stayed with the Rollout. Luckily, it was a big Rollout and still super effective against him. Charizard fainted. One more Rollout for Execute. Now that Execute has fainted, all I have to do left is beat Alakazam. Alakazam is a really strong Pokemon at this point in time. He's actually faster than me, even though he's level 35 against my level 65. But he luckily failed his Future Sight attack. I also did fail one of my attacks because I was sand attacked from Pidgeot earlier in the fight. Luckily, he tried to Future Sight me again, and I beat him with a Hyper Voice before that could come back to bite me. With Chilln defeated, I took my money and made my way to Boss Giovanni. After seeing that Giovanni has kidnapped the President of the United States of America, I couldn't help but intervene. But it was really an easy fight. I destroyed Nidorino with a Water Pulse, then I destroyed Nidoqueen with a Water Pulse. The only person that wasn't destroyed with a Water Pulse was Kangaskhan, but that was easily destroyed by just body slams. Rhyhorn, another Water Pulse, and Mr. Giovanni was defeated, and I rescued the President. Being the richest man in the universe, the President could have given me anything I wanted, but he decided to give me a Master Ball because he knew I was doing this challenge run, and he's kind of a jerk. Since I defeated Giovanni in Silphco, the city has been cleaned up of the Rocket scum. I went ahead to fight Sabrina in her gym now that that's been cleared out of the way. Kadabra was taken down instantly with Hyper Voice. Mr. Mime doesn't have any ears, so we had to use Body Slam on him to take him down. For Venomoth, we Hyper Voiced her, took her down instantly as well. And against Alakazam, Body Slam. Critical hit, down for the count. With Sabrina defeated, I finally got my 6th gym badge, and also I unlocked Psychic for Jigglypuff. I got rid of Body Slam and replaced it with the Psychic Power. It will be really useful later on when I am fighting the Elite Four. Before I go down to Cinnabar Island and fight Gym Leader Blaine, I go ahead and hit the slots to make some points, because I need to get points for those TMs I'll need for the Elite Four. The coin shop actually has 2 TMs I'll need, like I mentioned earlier, Thunderbolt and Ice Beam. To get those TMs, you needed to buy 8,000 coins from the cashiers at the casino. I didn't have enough money for that, so I gambled up a little bit. Luckily, it was my lucky day, and I got my 8,000 coins, got my 2 TMs, and moved on. After I got my TMs, I made my way down to Cinnabar Island, went through the Poke Mansion. That is annoying as all can be. and went to the Gym of Fire to get my Volcano badge from Big Boss Blaine. This is the last fight that I need Water Pulse, and it's a key move to this fight. I'm taking out most of his Pokemon with just one hit, as you can see. Rapidash did take 2 hits, and she did do a little damage on me. Arcanine scared me because he hit me and took me down to the red bar, but with 29 HP left, all I needed to do was Water Pulse him one time, and he fainted down. With that, Leader Blaine is defeated, and I have my 7th badge. When I walked out of the gym, Bill met me there and invited me to the 3 Island, and I thought it'd be a good way to get my levels up really quick, so I went ahead and did that as a little side thing so I could get quick levels for my Jiggy with it. As you can see here, I'm walking out of that area with level 70. Now, with all that side questing out of the way, I went to the final gym and saw Giovanni one more time. Little does he know, I'm about to stomp him once again like I do every single time I fight this guy. Before this fight, I did replace my Water Pulse with Ice Beam, and I replaced Hyper Voice with Return. Ice Beam took out Rhyhorn with a quick one hit. I gave Nidoqueen an Ice Beam, and she took the 1-2 right after that. Nidoking didn't see it coming, but I also Ice Beamed him, and it was super effective as well. He fainted real quick. Dugtrio was faster than me, but he can't take a beam to the face like the rest of them, and it was super effective. Dugtrio went down. For some reason, Giovanni saves his Rhyhorn for the last one to be defeated by my Jiggy with it, and he also takes another one to the dome. That is all of Giovanni's Pokemon down, and I am finally a Gym Leader Master. I have all 8 gym badges. On my way to Victory Road now, and I run into my old rival Chilln. Haven't seen you in a while, how's it been? Oh, you want to get in a fight? Alright, let's do this. Against Pidgeot, it was just a simple Ice Beam to take her down. Rhyhorn was the same thing, along with Execute. All 3 were pretty easy. Against Alakazam, I had to use Return a couple times to take him down, but he didn't manage to get any damage off me. He just raised his defenses. Gyarados, on him I used my Rollout that I still had for some reason instead of replacing it with Thunderbolt, but I used that just so I could roll out on Charizard the 3rd or 4th time. That way he would be down instantly without using a flamethrower or anything like that to take me out. So, boom, boom, boom. I take my rival out and he races me to the Elite Four to get there ahead of me. Now I go ahead and replace my Rollout with Thunderbolt because I honestly completely forgot to do it earlier. And start on my first Elite Four fight. Get ready, guys. This is probably the hardest part of this entire challenge run. So guys, I gotta let you know, this was honestly the hardest of the Elite Four. For me at least, trying to get to the right level. I leveled up a lot after this. I'm showing you guys my first fight with her, how it went. Dugong was able to do some damage on me every time. Cloyster was easily one-shot on every time because he is water type against Thunderbolt, extremely effective. Slowbro was not always one-shot. He actually took like some damage and then he would attack me or try to put me to sleep sometimes. Luckily this was a critical hit. So my 2 big walls in this fight were Lapras and Jinx. Lapras was extremely tanky. It took 2 to 3 Thunderbolts to take her out at my level. And Jinx, whenever I got to her, would either Ice Slap me down or put me to sleep and then Ice Slap. Lapras also had a Confuse Ray that was extremely annoying, and she also got healed every time she got low. So I'm showing you guys kind of a situation where this happened and how I actually lucked out and got past it and went on to Jinx. So here's Jinx, and with one attempt of a move, I realized she's actually faster than me. And all she has to do is Ice Punch me to knock me out. After a few attempts, I learned that takes down more than half my health. So I went out and leveled myself up. Guys, I am telling you, I did this like 300 times. That's an exaggeration, but I did it probably more towards 100 times. So even at level 88, after finally getting to Jinx, after all of this buffoonery that you're seeing me go through, even being able to defeat Lapras in 2 strikes, Jinx only takes a little fraction of damage from Thunderbolt. I cannot beat her this way. So I got rid of Return. Don't flame me for this, but I've got Fire Blast to take care of that Jinx. I'll tell you guys what, it worked like a charm. Since I was 88, I mean, you could see what's going on here. I'm taking out his Pokemon left and right. The Jinx was the biggest problem, even with 40 HP. Because I was faster than her, I was able to hit her with the Fire Blast and melt her to water. Now, against Bruno of the Elite Four, I thought I had a solid chance because of my Psychic power. Against all of his fighting types, it shouldn't be a problem. Able to Ice Beam Onix right out of the way. Hitmonchan, I thought he would be a little bit weaker, but he did take a hit and Sky Uppercut me. Got full restored, took a couple more Psychics, and I knocked him out of the park. For this next part, I did get extremely lucky. Hitmonlee was very strong against me and used Brick Break, taking me down at 22 HP. With my Psychic, I didn't even take him down all the way, but he missed his Mega Kick and allowed me to hit him one more time for another super effective, taking him out the game. Against Machamp, I was extremely scared because I had only 22 HP and I knew Psychic wasn't enough to finish him off. But I got a critical hit! And it was super effective. Machamp went down, and lastly, Onix came out. At this point, I knew the fight was over, hit him with an Ice Beam, knocked him out the game, and knocked Gym Leader Bruno down one peg down the Elite Four. Now against Agatha, I knew this was going to be a pretty easy battle. Since I have Psychic, I'm super effective against all of her Pokemon. Even Golbat, I had Thunderbolt to use against him. The only thing I really needed to worry about was getting poisoned or being put to sleep. But I was put to sleep for a minute. Luckily, I woke up right away and just kept banging and bopping all of her Pokemon. Now finally, the last of the Elite Four, Lance. I actually screwed up a lot during this fight. As you can see, I used Fire Blast right off the bat against Gyarados for some reason. But I screwed up so much and still defeated him, really without much of a problem. Aerodactyl really got the most damage on me, but the rest of them were pretty easily stomped on. Dragonite got Ice Beamed. I accidentally Thunderbolted Dragonair, but still got away with it with no problem. Ice Beamed her right after, took her out. Second Dragonair pulls up, Ice Beam her too, take her right out the game. Bada bing, bada boom. I have defeated all of the Elite Four. Now I can finally fight my rival Chilln one last time and become the Pokemon Master. So this final rival battle was insanely hard, guys. I was level 90, I thought it was going to be a cakewalk, but Alakazam just stomped all over me every single time. As you can see, a Psychic ability takes out more than half of my health, so he was just throwing that at me. I changed my moveset multiple times. I used Strength. I used Fire Blast with Sunny Day in combination. I even used Secret Power, which made me get paralyzed along with him because he has a Synchronize ability. It was terrible. But just like my mama always told me in the cradle, QuickGG, if you want to do something, you can always do it. So if you want to beat Pokemon FireRed with just JigglyPuff, gosh darn it, there is a way. And my way, guys, was double teaming. I just double teamed all 6 times until I maxed that thing all the way out and try to take Pidgeot down. Guys, as you can see here, a great deal of luck also played into winning this battle. This was probably my over 50th attempt at this, but with 66 HP just left after Pidgeot, I'm going to show you guys how I somehow managed to get past this guy. Alakazam foresees an attack against me right off the bat, but his Psychic misses. In doing so, he takes 2 Fire Blasts to the face against a level 90 Jiggy with it. That's gonna be a downer for you, buddy. Executor takes a solid Fire Blast to the face and he goes down as well. Now guys, Rhydon comes out. I get a Future Sight attack that fails. Luckily I Ice Beam Rhydon, but it doesn't defeat him. He tries to use a takedown and actually misses me, guys. That's right. I was faster and he got his chance, but he missed. All those double teams came through towards the end, guys. With Gyarados out, I was not even scared. I knew 1 Thunderbolt's all I need to put him back in his place in his little Pokeball. So finally Charizard comes out, misses his Fire Blast, takes a Thunderbolt to the face, fights me, uses Fire Blast again and misses, and that's it, guys! That is the game. Level 90 Jiggy with it beat rival Chilln in Pokemon FireRed. Unbelievable, guys. Unbelievable run through. You guys don't know, honestly, I put a lot of effort into this. I'm being 100% real with you guys right now. This is the first time I have played Pokemon FireRed. I have never played Pokemon FireRed. I've only played the original Red, so I haven't played this game in over 15 years. And I just want to thank whoever is still watching this. Welcome to the Hall of Fame with JigglyPuff. She can beat Pokemon FireRed. Anyone could do it if you haven't played. Just put your heart and mind and soul into it, and you could do anything you want, guys. I'm QuickGG. Thanks for watching the video. You guys have a good one. I love you.